There's something most people never realize. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, it grows. If you feed it fear, doubt, and stress, that's what you'll harvest. But if you feed it clarity, faith, and purpose, you unlock a kind of power most never tap into. The truth is, you can trick your mind into creating the life you want. Not through manipulation or fake thinking, but by understanding how deeply your thoughts, your habits, and your spiritual practices shape your reality. If you master this, your life will never be the same again. Right now, millions of people around the world are trying to fix their lives. They want more money, love, freedom, confidence, success. They think if they just work harder, hustle more, or force things to happen, eventually life will reward them. But life doesn't respond to force. It responds to alignment. You don't attract what you beg for. You attract what you are. And this is where most people get stuck. They want a new life, but they keep thinking like the old version of themselves. They want wealth, but think with a poverty mindset. They want love, but live in fear and mistrust. They want peace, but fill their minds with stress and chaos. The problem is not their desire. The problem is that their mind is working against their goals instead of for them. Your mind is the engine of your life. It's the tool through which you experience every single thing. And here's the trick. Your subconscious mind, the deeper part of your mind that truly runs your behavior, doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. If you can teach your mind to feel something as real before it happens, your reality starts to shift in powerful ways. This is the secret behind manifestation, and it's not some magical fantasy. It's deeply psychological, spiritual, and practical. The key is to reprogram your mind with spiritual practices that raise your energy, shift your perspective, and create habits that feed your higher self instead of your lower self. You don't need to be a monk. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to train your mind like a muscle. And if you do, it will begin to bring into your life the very things you once thought were impossible. One of the most powerful practices to trick your mind into higher states of awareness and attraction is semen retention. It may sound unusual to some, but the truth is timeless. Your sexual energy is your creative energy. It's the purest form of life force. When you waste it through constant release, your body becomes weak, your focus fades, and your spirit sinks. But when you retain it, especially for long periods, something incredible starts to happen. Your thoughts become clearer, your motivation rises, your eyes become sharper, your presence becomes stronger. It's like your body and mind start to vibrate on a higher level. Retention doesn't just give you energy, it gives you discipline. And discipline is the foundation of every great manifestation. If you can't control your urges, you can't control your destiny. Semen retention gives you the strength to say no to distraction and yes to creation. Your creative energy builds up, your drive intensifies, and your spiritual senses open. You start to feel more connected to God, to yourself, to your vision. But energy without direction is chaos. That's where meditation comes in. When you close your eyes, sit still, and observe your thoughts without judgment, you begin to understand something powerful. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. And if you can observe them, you can change them. Meditation teaches your mind to be calm in chaos, to listen deeper, and to slow down the wild noise of doubt, fear, and negativity. It clears the fog so that your inner vision becomes visible again. Even 5 minutes a day of meditation can change your brain. Science shows that it increases gray matter, strengthens emotional control, and reduces stress. Spiritually, it brings you back to the present moment, the only place where true power exists. Because manifestation doesn't happen in the past or future. It happens in now. When your mind is calm and present, you begin to see life differently. You stop reacting. You start creating. But none of this works if you live with a negative mindset. That's why gratefulness is the final piece of this spiritual puzzle. Gratitude is not just saying thank you. It's a state of being. When you feel gratitude in your heart, you are telling your subconscious mind, I already have enough. I am already blessed. And your subconscious begins to reflect that in your reality. You begin to attract more of what you are thankful for. Why? Because you've shifted from lack to abundance. Most people wake up and think of what's missing. They complain, compare, and criticize. That energy blocks manifestation. It tells the universe, I am not ready to receive. But when you wake up and say, thank you for this breath, thank you for this roof, thank you for another day to grow, your entire vibration rises. You become magnetic. You radiate peace, not panic. And life begins to open doors where there were once only walls. Now, let's bring all of this together. Semen retention gives you energy and discipline. Meditation gives you awareness and focus. Gratefulness gives you peace and abundance. When these three spiritual habits become part of your daily life, your mind starts to work for you. You don't have to force manifestation anymore. You simply become aligned with it. And here's where the real magic happens. Your identity begins to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is trying to be better. You start living as someone who already is. Your mind starts to believe, this is who I am now. That belief changes your decisions. Those decisions change your habits. Those habits change your results. And those results change your entire life. This is how you trick your mind. Not with fake positivity, but with powerful daily rituals that rewire your thoughts and raise your frequency. You don't beg for a better life. You build it from the inside out. You train your thoughts like a warrior sharpens his sword. You protect your energy like a king guards his castle. You honor your spiritual growth like a tree that must be watered daily. And in time, your mind becomes your greatest ally, not your enemy. If you want to learn how to control your emotional and sexual urges more easily, so you can achieve the streaks you want, quit all your bad habits and become successful. Instead of relapsing and wasting all your energy, I suggest you read The Art of Not Forcing. It teaches you about the ancient practices of Wu Wei, which means effortless action. This doesn't mean being lazy. It's about learning to overcome difficult challenges with a clearer and calmer mind, instead of feeling irritated all the time. Semen retention won't be easy, of course. It will feel like war, and that's good. The effort you put in and the struggles you face are what make you tougher. The art of not forcing simply will help you navigate through your journey with a more strategic and stoic way, helping you feel calmer and achieve your goals more effortlessly. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. And no, this journey isn't always easy. There will be days when you doubt, days when you fall, days when nothing seems to be changing. But this is where most people quit, right before the shift happens. If you stay consistent, if you stay committed, the universe will meet you halfway. Opportunities will appear. New people will come into your life. Synchronicities will happen. And most importantly, you will feel whole. That feeling of wholeness is the greatest manifestation of all. Because when you feel whole, you no longer chase things from a place of emptiness. You create from a place of overflow. That's when life becomes magical. Not because you have everything, but because you've become everything you need to be. So if you want to manifest anything, start inside. Train your mind, master your energy, Guard your thoughts. Connect to your spirit. Wake up early. Meditate. Be grateful. Retain your seed. Choose high vibrations over low temptations. Your life will not change in one day, but your direction will. And over time, that direction leads to miracles. The mind is not your enemy. It is your most powerful tool. But like any tool, it must be used wisely. If you allow it to be filled with junk, fear, and doubt, it will destroy you. But if you fill it with faith, clarity, discipline, and love, it will build a life beyond your dreams. You don't need to beg the world to give you what you want. You just need to become the kind of person who naturally attracts it. That's the secret. Trick the mind, elevate the spirit, change the life. And remember, it all starts with one thought. I am ready. If you made it until here, leave a crown emoji in the comments. I want to see how many of you reach the end and are truly willing to finish what you start. And remember, live with honor or die a coward. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay strong.